Hey there guys, Misty here from TheJollyFatElf. Welcome to the next to the last card in my holiday card series for 2017. Today's card is another scene card using the Christmas in the Making stamp set. This will be the last card I make with this stamp set, and it is retiring, so if you want it, you better get on it. Incidentally, I made 5 cards using the stamp set, and I've decided to sell them as a gift set. So if you're interested, it'll be $45, and that includes shipping in the US. If you're international, it'll be, we'll weigh it and see whatever it costs, so it'll be $45 plus shipping. So if you're interested, just message me at TheJollyFatElf@gmail.com, and yeah, let's get started. So I stamped, this video is kind of all over the place because this card took me about an hour and a half, and then like I stamped this tree and then I ended up not using it. So anyway, I stamped the girl with the presents and the cat, and I did some masking, but again, I don't end up using this tree, so I cut it out. And then I also stamped the stockings and the pictures from the Ready for Christmas stamp set. And I'm just using my blends to color. I'm using the light and dark Night of Navy, light and dark Cherry Cobbler, dark Old Olive, light and dark Pool Party, and then dark Pink Pirouette, bronze Ivory, and a light Crumb Cake. And all of these markers will be listed with the coordinating blog post that you can find over on my blog and down below. So I'm just going to color her in. I really enjoyed the stamp set. I'm going to be sad to see it go. And I wanted to make another scene card because I had so much fun with those this season. And again, this took me a good hour and a half, but that was because I had a relative, like an idea in my brain, and then it went a completely different direction. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that this tree doesn't look, it looks so flat to me, and I wanted I wanted it to have more dimension. So you may think that's an unusual color combination, but these 4 colors together, pink, light green, like a light aqua, red, are so pretty together. So I really, really love it. So I'm going to be using those colors throughout. And of course I had to color the little cat gray to match my little gray kitty. Before I move on, I'm going to go ahead and color some rhinestones. I picked green. I'm like, ugh. I don't know what I was thinking. These are going to be ornaments for the tree later. And I used dark Bermuda Bay, and then I used rich raspberry because Pool Party and Pink Pirouette are just too light. And rich raspberry on those rhinestone made the perfect light pink. So I'm going to use my light Crumb Cake to do just a little bit of shading. I didn't do a lot of blending on this card just because there's not, it's not a huge image, but I did try to do some and add some dimension. You can really see me do that here on this cat. I used a light Smoky Slate, then I went with a darker Smoky Slate where it would be a little darker, and then I just blended it out. So once I've done that, I'm going to cut her out, and then I'm going to go ahead and color the stockings and the pictures. I kept to the same color combo, green, aqua, pink, and red. I'm going to color 3 stockings and then 3 pictures. These pictures are really cute. Initially, I was going to go ahead and just use the dies, but I decided to cut them out. But I wanted to have something that kind of tied them all together, so I'm using Pool Party as the background on the pictures. And then I want to use the colors on the socks. So I'm going to color 2 in solidly, and then I'm going to color 1 in with the stripes. And here you see me twiddling my fingers because I'm like, what am I going to do to make that bulb stand out? And then I was like, oh, I could use Bermuda Bay. That way I wanted all 3 pictures to have the same background. So I'm adding stripes, and then I'm going to use my bronze marker to color in the frames. So cute. And then, like I mentioned, I'm going to use my scissors and cut these out. There are coordinating dies in the Ready for Christmas stamp set bundle, but I didn't want the white border around it. I just wanted it flush. One thing I forgot to do, you'll see me do it later once I get adhesive on, is I forgot to go around it with my black marker. So make sure you do that. So I'm going to go ahead and do my die cutting. I have a piece of silver glimmer paper for the star for the top of the tree. I'm using a piece of chocolate chip for the staircase, and then a piece of old olive. I'm going to cut some garland and then some pine boughs, limbs, whatever you want to call them, for the tree. And that will really help our tree, or this tree, to be more dimensional rather than just so flat. So I'm going to get all of that cut out, and then we'll get ready to assemble. So I could have stamped the garland image, but I didn't want to. And again, it looked pretty flat. So I went ahead and just used my old olive marker to add like some hash marks, just some slashes on it to give it a little bit of oomph. And then I'm going to get ready to adhere everything together. I'm cutting down a piece of the Quilted Christmas Designer Series paper to 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to mount that on a piece of Whisper White that's the same size. I don't know that if that was really necessary, but my concern was all of these elements are going to be pretty hefty, and I wasn't sure if that Designer Series paper could handle the weight, because at first I was considering popping it up, but then I didn't. So here you can see me adhering it to a Whisper White card layer. I used liquid glue for almost everything on this card today. So I'm going to add the staircase. I love it. We purposely bought a house that was one story because, like, this is our forever home, and we're, you know, we don't want to be old and trying to walk up and down stairs, but I love the look of old staircases, especially if they're like in dark mahogany. Oh, love it. So I'm going to go ahead and add my garland. And then I'm going to go ahead and add some mini dimensionals to the back of my pictures and my stockings there. I'm just trying to get an idea of how far over I can put my Christmas pictures. So you can see that I cut out that entire image, and I went ahead and cut out a that piece of plaid from the Quilted Christmas using the smallest scallop layering oval to kind of give it a tree skirt. And I accidentally skipped that part. I guess I cut it out accidentally, but that was real simple. I just glued it to the back. So I'm hanging these pictures on our red wallpaper. I really love this. I was debating on whether or not I wanted to do this or wood paneling, because everybody loves shiplap now, I swear. So I didn't. So here, I just struggled with this tree. It wasn't what I wanted. So then I decided I would just color it in, and again, add these pine branches or whatever. And then I got it in my head that I wanted her to be in front of it. So again, designing on the fly is sometimes very time consuming. But again, this was one of those times. I mean, I had been crafting all day. I'd already made 40 cards. So this one was just, you know, a slow walk me through it, just kind of take my time, do what I want to do, play around with it, you know, just more of an art piece rather than a card. So again, this is one of those ones that you would make and then give to somebody else. Or I think it would be really cute to get like one of those frames that has 3 or 4, you know, maybe a collage frame, and do like little vignettes with the stamp set. I think that would be adorable. It would be so cute. So here I'm just trying to get everything to stick down using the liquid glue. And you can see just how much more alive that tree looks, you know, in comparison to what it did before. So while I love the stamp, and I think the stamp has its usefulness, I really like in fact, I think I used it in one of the scene cards, like with the other staircase, but I really wanted it a little bit more 3D. So this was sticking together. So there you can see that oval. I'm just going to glue this straight down. And then I decided I didn't like that overhang at the bottom. So I'm going to take my scissors and cut it off. And unfortunately, you're not going to see much because I put it like right by my face, but I'm just cutting off that tree part and that bit of the tree skirt. Oh my word. It's hard to do a voiceover. It was very, very particular, but you can see I kind of cut it away, and then I lifted her hand up so I could glue down another branch. And I really, really love the look of this. And then I'm going to add that with glue, and then I decided in a minute to add a glue dot behind her head just to make sure that it stayed close. After that, I'm going to go ahead and adhere our stockings. I'm going to put the striped one in the middle, and then I'm going to add the other two on the side. So again, I mentioned earlier that I forgot to do the black, and I didn't realize it until I noticed this one had white around it. So do it before you put the adhesive on. But I put the striped one in the middle, and I put the two solids on either side. And I just skipped me pulling off the backer paper. Then here comes the fun part. I'm going to decorate my tree. This is so fun. Like, just... it reminded me of when we put up our tree, because we have, you know, such a big one. I was trying not to put ornaments beside each other. And then I noticed that those stockings look like they were just kind of hanging in midair. And I didn't cut a bow. There is a bow that comes in this set, but I thought the rhinestones looked pretty. They look like little stocking holders. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Like I mentioned, if you are interested in getting the card set, just email me at TheJollyFatElf@gmail.com. You can send me your PayPal address. It'll be first come, first serve. They will come to you boxed in a little gift box with envelopes and a cute tag and some ribbon. And if you order and pay right away, I can get them in the mail either tonight or tomorrow, so you can hopefully get them before Christmas. If you would like to get them in a couple of days, we can actually do priority mail shipping, and it'll just be a couple more dollars. So thanks, guys. See you tomorrow.